Hey everyone, welcome to a brand new Hangout right here on Night Owl Video. You know, it's interesting. I was watching a video this morning on YouTube, which was, I think it was like Insider Report or something. They were talking about how people were getting really pissed off with all the subscription services. Everything's a subscription-based service now. And they were interviewing somebody at a video store somewhere. I think it was, I don't know, it was in the States somewhere. And it was a video store, and I guess they sell or rent movies, VHS, DVD, Blu-ray. And the store was called Night Owl Video. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I should send them a message and just say, hey, what's up? Just a weird thing that happened this morning. But anyway, it's the Hangout, guys, my weekly video where I hang out with you for a little while. I always encourage you to get a warm beverage or a cold beverage, whatever your favorite is. I'm having not an endorsed cup of President's Choice Canadian blend with some Earth's Own almond milk. And yeah, on that note, the price. How about those prices? Carton of coffee now is at one of the stores near me is $25.99. I used to get that shit for $6.99 on a sale. So I don't know what's going on with the prices. It's very upsetting. Even the Blu-rays and DVDs are going up in price at the local Wally store, which leads me to not buy many. But I was going to do a separate thrifting haul video because I've picked up quite a bit in the last couple weeks. But I just decided to incorporate it into this Hangout. And I didn't really, usually I sort it so that it can kind of run seamlessly, but some of the stuff I bought, I also listened to, so it'll just be kind of a mishmash of stuff. But I will start with the stuff I already owned, which I watched and or listened to. So, in no particular order, and I don't know if I had highlighted this one before in recent times, but I'm listening to a lot of Sleep. This is their album Holy Mountain, put out on Earache Records in looks like originally 92, and this is the 2009 reissue. This has a bonus track of Black Sabbath's Snowblind, as well as the video for their song Dragon Knot on QuickTime Player. So a little slice of nostalgia there for you metalheads and compact disc lovers. Yeah, Sleep are a great band. I've always enjoyed their music. I heard Dragon Knot, the song Dragon Knot, back in around when this came out. I never owned any other albums, but I picked this up a couple years ago in a used shop, and now on the hunt for some more Sleep CDs. I've been watching a lot of live footage of them on YouTube and really enjoying it. I'm not a stoner per se. Probably in another life I was. That's not to say I've never been stoned, but you know, it with that kind of music kind of ties in a little bit with the whole weed culture. But yeah, I always enjoyed this album. And I know they've got a bunch of other ones I need to try to track down. I listened to Kiss, Creatures of the Night from 1983, I want to say. 82. Casablanca Records. This was, my understanding, well, this is the remaster from, looks like 1997 or something. But I know that this album was kind of a, I can't remember the deal with this. There's one of the band members wasn't there or something, and although this looks like all the original guys, well, that's what's his name on drums. But I thought somebody told me, maybe it was my cousin Matt, told me that this was what does this say? This is a bit bitey. It says, as Kiss planned to record its next album, the group realized that they needed to concentrate on regaining their former glory. To rebuild this in momentum, founding members Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley knew they had to eliminate all negative influences and excessive spending surrounding the band. With a hurried pace, sorry, it's underneath the disc tray. It's hard to read with the sun, but I'm sure most of my viewers don't care about Kiss history, nor do I really, but I do like music history. But it says, with a hurried pace, Simmons and Stanley severed Kiss's 9-year relationship with manager Bill Aucoin. With a streamlined organization, Kiss moved forward with every intention of reconquering the world. Oh, and so you've hired a bunch of studio session musicians, I guess, to do the recording. Oh, okay, so Ace Frehley decided he would leave the group. So, yeah, so I think this is like Kiss, but with some some hired guns, if you will. I always like that saying, hired guns. But anyway, it's kind of Kiss's, like, to me anyway, it's like their one and only real, like, heavy metal record. It sounds like real heavy metal. And one of my pickups is the reason I listened to this, influenced me to listen to this. So I'll get to that momentarily. Briefly, I just listened to Kiss's Greatest Kiss. It's the greatest hits. I do like a couple. I'm not a big Kiss fan, for the record, but I do like a couple of their tunes. What's the one I like? Well, Deuce, Calling Dr. Love is probably one of my all-time favorites. Christine 16, Strutter. Yeah. So I only listened to this once in the car. I don't know, I was just feeling like it. On a completely different note, I also listened to Joy Division's Permanent album from 1995. This put out on London Records. This is a BMG Music Club version. This has, like, most of the songs people would recognize with Joy Division. Love Will Tear Us Apart, of course. She Lost Control. Dead Souls, which I think Nine Inch Nails covered. Atmosphere. And there's 2 different versions of Love Will Tear Us Apart. There's I guess the studio version, and then there's something called the permanent mix. I can't remember why I grabbed this out of the collection. I think I was just looking for something different to listen to. Yeah, listen to that. I found my CDR of Skinny Puppy's Mind the Perpetual Intercourse. I did listen to that. And I listened to, again, I've highlighted this on my channel before. This is Bjork's Greatest Hits, put out in 2002. I was just in a Bjork mood. Pop that on. Which then led me to listen to the Sugar Cubes. And their album is Life's Too Good, put out on Elektra Records in the year 1988. And so if you want to hear young Bjork, Life's Too Good, great album. This has, of course, Birthday, Motor Crash, Delicious Demon is a great song. Yeah, I really enjoyed this album. I had the cassette of this when it came out. I really was a big Sugar Cubes fan, to the point where I had a Sugar Cubes t-shirt even. Yeah. I was listening to Bjork before all y'all, so I'm just kidding. But it is a really good album. If you like Bjork's voice and her lyrics and her singing style, and you've never heard the Sugar Cubes, start with that one. It's really good. The follow-up album, which I cannot remember what it's called, I used to have that tape as well, and I used to enjoy that, but I never find that on compact disc. Okay, on to the movies I watched. I watched this movie called Shut In with Naomi Watts, Charlie Heaton, and Jacob Tremblay. Sometimes It's Safer Outside. I couldn't tell you a God blessed thing about this movie. I did not like it. Isolated and trapped inside a vicious winter storm, a child psychologist caring for her disabled son, oh, I do now remember, soon realizes that the deadliest threat is hidden within her house. And take a wild guess at what it is. Yeah, I was really excited to watch this. I love Naomi Watts. which I always remember her from Mulholland Drive. But I like, and King Kong, of course. But just like her as an actress, and I love movies set in the winter, as some of you know who have watched my channel for a long time. I love winter set movies. This movie just fell flat on its face, unfortunately. Um, I won't give away the big twist, although I feel like this movie's been out for quite some time, 2017, so almost 10 years. Um, I can't recommend this movie. I didn't think it was great. If you like Naomi Watts, of course, she's good in the film. I would say all the acting was fairly decent, but the twist at the end just, oh my God. I also revisited The Northman from Robert Eggers. This written by a person named Jon, S-J-O-N, and Robert Eggers, directed by Robert Eggers. This is from, I think, 2019 or no, 2022 it says. Oh, okay. This is a, what would you call it? Like a sort of an epic Viking kind of thing. With some kind of like supernatural stuff thrown in there. Actually, on a side note, that person right there is actually Bjork. That character there, I don't know what the character's name is, but she was kind of like a witchy, like shaman type who gave the Northmen some guidance, for lack of a better term. And it is it's like a Norse, like a Viking conquering guys with nice bodies wearing no clothes with giant swords slashing at innocent people, and it's a revenge tale. In French, it's L'Homme du Nord, Man of the North. But it's pretty good. I did not see this in the theater, although I really did want to see it. I like Robert Eggers movies generally. I did not see it in the theater. I did buy this Blu-ray after it came out. I watched it. The first time I watched it, I thought it was pretty cool. This time around, I was actually gonna, I think I might trade this in for credit at the record store. I'm still debating. Now that I've seen it a second time, I'm like, I don't know if I need to see this again, but it's pretty good. Ethan Hawke is in here. Nicole Kidman is in here. Alexander Skarsgård, of course, plays the Northman. Anya Taylor-Joy is in here. Willem Dafoe, Bjork. It's a heavy hitter cast. It's got some good action, some good bloody violence. It's got some cool, like, fantastical elements to it. The Valkyrie and the witchcraft and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know if I necessarily need to watch it again. It's a very good movie if you like that kind of thing. I'll probably just stick with Conan the Barbarian. Not that that's a Viking movie, but if I want a taste of barbarianism, I think I'll go with that. On a very much lighter note, I also rewatched My Neighbor Totoro from Studio Ghibli. This is from it doesn't list the year. I thought, looks like 1988. Is that true? This is the 2006. So I think it's 1988, and then this is the 2006 DVD put out by Disney, which of course Disney, I don't know if they own Studio Ghibli or they just commission the release of North American releases from them, but this is a great whimsical fairy tale type animated film. It's great. Probably most of you have seen the character of Totoro around. He's popular with, the Sanrio crowd and that. Very cute. There's a cat. There's a cat bus that takes people around. This is the 2-disc set from 2006. This, I did watch some of the special features. This has Dakota Fanning and Elle Fanning do the American voices for this film. And I did note, I put on the second disc, and there's a really cool what does it say here? Complete storyboards get an insider's look at the film's artistry. So it's like they've basically taken the storyboards and they've put them in a sort of a film reel, and with the original soundtrack running in the background. So it's kind of, I don't know if I've ever seen that. I've seen like storyboard to film comparisons, but this is actually like the movie in storyboard form with the original soundtrack in the background, the dialogue and the music. So kind of neat. I watched a little bit of it. I may come back around and watch that. A movie that surprisingly doesn't hold up that well, or maybe not surprisingly, but was feeling kind of blue, and I popped on Kevin Smith's Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. This is from 2002, I want to say, 2001, from Miramax. Ben Affleck, Shannon Elizabeth, rest in peace, Will Ferrell, Jason Lee, Jason Mewes, and Chris Rock. Among others, there's a lot of people in this movie. This is a road trip movie with Jay and Silent Bob going to Hollywood to stop a production of a film that's being made about Blunt Man and Chronic, the fictional characters that they're based on, Jay and Silent Bob. This, I still enjoy this movie on some level, but it doesn't hold up very well. All these years later, there's a lot of homophobic jokes in it. Very sexist, very, I don't know, dick and fart jokes, if that's your thing. It just doesn't, for me, when Kevin Smith was at his peak with like Clerks, Mallrats, Dogma, Chasing Amy, like Mallrats is my favorite. Clerks probably is close second. Clerks 2 is very good. I remember watching this at the time thinking it was really funny, but now when I rewatched all these years later, I'm like, oh my God, this is quite cringy. But I guess if you like that kind of stuff, you'll probably still love it. It's still funny. There's still funny parts in it. Actually, Ben Affleck's really funny in it. But yeah, it's just kind of, parts of it are pretty cringy. And speaking of, well, no, not really cringy, but campy. For the first time ever in my life, I watched Jane Fonda in Barbarella. This is a Dino De Laurentiis release. No surprise there. Directed by Roger Vadim. I bought this last fall, I think, and I had never watched it. And I'm kind of getting into watching movies I've never seen before. So I popped this on Saturday morning, just to get a little look at what this film is. This is based on a comic book series that is erotic and fantastic, and they claim online that it has some BDSM stuff in it, but I didn't really pick up on that so much. But it's pure cheese. If you're looking for a slice of fried cheese, go check out Barbarella, Queen of the Galaxy. I don't think I'll probably keep this movie. It's from 1968. It has a runtime of 98 minutes. It's about a lady who goes around trying to find this guy named Duran Duran. No, not the band, but a person named Duran Duran. And there's the angel Pygar, who's right here. This fetching young man with giant wings who looks like a character out of the X-Men. And I guess she goes around and has sex with people, and I just don't know. I'm curious to know what the comic book is like, if anyone out there has read the comics. Maybe it's not quite as campy. Maybe, I don't know if the comics are meant to be more like actual science fiction with erotic elements, or is it just, we're making a movie with Jane Fonda half naked and playing some cheesy 60s groove music, and it's quite bad. It was an experience, though. I mean, I've heard about this movie all my life. When I was younger, I had like like books about like science fiction movies, and you'd always see Barbarella mentioned. And I just never saw it, so finally got around to watching it. It's yeah. Okay, that's it for that. What did you guys watch this week? Let me know, or what did you listen to? Let me know in the comments. But don't go away yet, because we are talking about the physical media releases coming up this week. Physical media releases that I purchased this past week. Sorry, I just got thinking about upcoming new releases, and I realized my laptop is across the room, so I probably won't be doing that today. But I do have a sizable pile of stuff that I picked up recently. It was also my birthday a week ago, so I got a few things for my birthday. I did get some money, and I decided to grab Wasp, their first album from 1984, self-titled. This is a reissue from 2018 from Sanctuary Music. Wasp is not a band that I really was into when I was younger. I knew about them. Of course, they were infamous for their song Animal. I won't complete the end of that song title, but you know if you know. They were a sort of hard rock, heavy metal band from the early 80s. I don't know if they're still going or not, but I Want to Be Somebody was a big hit for them, as well as Animal. And yeah, they famously were on the what was it? It was Tipper Gore's like nasty top 10 nasty songs or something. It was things that she was trying to get warning stickers put on, and they did read some of the lyrics in court when these guys had to go to trial with Twisted Sister, and Frank Zappa showed up to defend freedom of speech, and there was a bunch of stuff. Vanity Six and Prince and Madonna and all these people were being everybody, all this Parents Music Resource Center was saying this was the devil's music, and it was going to corrupt kids and all that stuff. And now when you look at music and listen to music, this looks like a bad game of Dungeons and Dragons or something. But it is good, and this is what made me want to listen to the Kiss Creatures of the Night, because if you know that album, this sounds a lot like it. It has the same production values. In fact, I'm wondering if this is produced by Jim Varney. I don't know who. No, that's not Mike Varney, not Jim Varney. No, that's a whole other album, kids. But Mike Varney. I don't know if anyway, it had the big pounding drums with lots of reverb. I don't know if I've ever listened to this album in full, but I have to be honest, I picked this up on a whim with some birthday money, and I kind of got into it. I mean, the lyrics are not that good. It's a lot of, kind of nasty sex stuff and whatever, but it was, I have to admit, it's a guilty pleasure, I guess. My sister picked up the new Megadeth CD for me. This is called, is it just self-titled? Oh. Huh. I don't think I knew that. Yeah, I heard a couple tracks off this. Tipping Point, I think, is an excellent track. I Don't Care. Let There Be Shred, which is hilarious. And I had a morbid curiosity because they do a cover of Ride the Lightning on here. So, and now I guess Dave Mustaine's putting out a call to Metallica to see if they want to tour together. I don't know if that's unverified, but that's what I read. But yeah, the production on this is really, really good, really clean. Sounds really nice on CD with some headphones. I'm not a big Megadeth fan. I appreciate their technical abilities and songwriting. Just after that album in '92, Symphony of Destruction, was that it? After that, I kind of checked out on them. But when this came out, this is their last, allegedly their last studio album. We'll see. But yeah, cool album, good production, really tight. The band is really, really tight. Yeah, it's good. It's good. They're actually coming to a city near me in another couple of months with Anthrax and Exodus. But the tickets are so GD expensive that I don't think I'll be able to go. I also picked up, well, this is just a pickup. This is the 4AD celebrating 25 years. The album is called 1980 Forward, and it's a compilation. If you want to freeze frame there. It's got Cocteau Twins, TV on the radio, The Birthday Party, His Name is Alive, Pale Saints, The Breeders, Throwing Muses, Pixies, Wolfgang Press, and Mountain Goats, Belly, Red House Painters, Dead Can Dance, Blonde Redhead, and more. Yeah, I picked this up for, I think it was $5.99. Oddly, it was still sealed, so I don't know. It was, somebody traded these in. This is from the year 2005. It's a cool little compilation. I put it on in the car. It's just a lot of 4AD, of course, always generally put out great records. I think they still got some great bands. I think the band Dry Cleaning is on their label now, and I've just always really enjoyed what they put out. They've just been really good at curating a certain style, a certain kind of mysterious sound, and I thought it was, I've only listened to that compilation once, but it's called 1980 Forward, if you want to check it out. 4AD celebrating 25 years. Also on CD, this was gifted to me. Well, actually, it was a trade with a person I know named Chris. This is the Blade Runner soundtrack by Vangelis. This is from 1994. The film is from 1982. This is the original Vangelis recording. I know there's a deluxe version of the soundtrack, which my friend Nick has, that I would love to get my hands on. But this is your basic bitch version of the Blade Runner soundtrack. Basic bitch edition. But there's a picture of Vangelis, of course, rest in peace. He passed away a few years ago. Let's get some scenes from the movie, which I'll be talking about again in a minute. There's some photos of Sean Young and Harrison Ford. If you've never seen Blade Runner and you like science fiction movies, you should probably go check it out. Ridley Scott film. And on that note, I traded not only the Blade Runner soundtrack, but I also got Blade Runner on 4K, the final cut, from my pal Chris. This is, I haven't watched it yet. I'm really excited to watch it. I grew up watching the theatrical cut, which has the monologue over it. They subsequently cut out the monologue and added some scenes to it and stuff. Not terrible. I like all versions of this movie. I just like this movie. I think there's also a 1992 director's cut as well. This is like a 4-disc set, so I don't know what's on it, but there's Blade Runner, the 4K final cut. There's Blade Runner, Dangerous Days, The Making of Blade Runner, which is an excellent documentary if you can get your hands on it. That's on disc 2. And what else have we got in here? We have Harrison Ford in Blade Runner, the final cut, disc 1, and that's the Blu-ray. I don't know why the Blu-ray is disc 1. Oh, it's probably from a different set. And then we have Harrison Ford, Blade Runner, disc 4. It's called the Enhancement Archive on DVD. So I guess special features maybe? There's not a lot of information on the back of the package, so I'm curious. I do have some of you may remember back in the early 2000s, they put out a special edition of Blade Runner that came in like a little briefcase, like from the movie, I guess, and it had all these special features, and it was only DVD, I think. And then they put out a movie set, like a disc set, not in a suitcase. And that's the one I have. And I think it's a 4-disc set. It has like the original theatrical edition, the 1992 director's cut, the final cut, which I can't remember what year that's from, but and then the other disc must be like special features, but I've never seen it on high definition Blu-ray or 4K, so I'm really looking forward to settling in one night and taking that in. Then I bought a brand new movie with some of my birthday money as well. As you guys, some of you know, I've really been wanting to watch the movie Keeper from Osgood Perkins. Well, he directed it. He didn't write it though. But yeah, this I've been wanting to see really bad. I heard not great things about it. But I've also learned to not always listen to what the critics say. And I was really glad in this case that I didn't, because this movie really creeped me out. I wouldn't say it was as strong as Longlegs or The Monkey, but still really, really well done. The thing that got me about this movie is that it's mostly set at a cottage in the woods. And I know this is going to sound like I'm totally off my rocker, but for years now, I've been having this really, really horrifying, reoccurring nightmare about a cottage in the woods that has these really weird, tight staircases that go up into these little rooms. And I can't remember what's in the room in my nightmare, but I wake up and I'm freaking terrified. And when I started to watch this movie, I was like, oh my God. It doesn't look exactly like how I remember my nightmare, but it gave me the willies so bad like that. It's quite creepy, this film. It's atmospheric. It is a slow burn. So I don't think Osgood Perkins' directing style is for everyone. But I really like it. I thought Longlegs, upon first watch, I didn't like Longlegs, actually. It was only on the second watch that I gave it another chance and I got really into it. But, and I know I'll probably sound really out of touch, but I didn't know Osgood Perkins was Anthony Perkins' son. So I only learned that when I was watching this movie. So that was kind of trippy to watch. Glad I picked it up. I'll definitely revisit this one in time. This isn't like The Conjuring. This is like Osgood Perkins, like, I'm going to drill into the front of your skull with a bunch of weird imagery and make it go in slow motion, and I'm going to just give you the willies really bad. And that's what this movie did. So as far as last week's video, which was my best, or sort of like movies I watched in 2025, my worst, mid, and best, I would say I'd put this in. If there was a category between mid and best, I think that's where I'd put this. Very, very weird and disturbing and cool. And again, maybe I'm a little biased because it really gave me the chills with the whole cottage vibe. But yeah. If you liked Longlegs, but you want to bring it down even slower, more atmospheric, it might be for you. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Continue on with the stuff I picked up. This is not for me, actually. I bought this from my sister because somebody offloaded their whole TV collection at Value Village, and there was all kinds of old 70s and 80s and 90s TV shows. And my sister asked me if there was any Facts of Life, and I found this and decided to pick it up for her. To enjoy. This is seasons 1 and 2. I don't think she's on the cover, but a young Molly Ringwald was in this series early on. Yep, there she is right there. I sort of forgot that she was in the show, but there she is there. Cool mushroom cut. I actually, when I was a kid, I loved Facts of Life, and really, the character Joe, right here on the cover of season 2, Joe was like my spirit animal when I was a kid. I was like, I want to grow up and be Joe. I didn't get a motorcycle. I don't know if I was ever quite as cool as Joe, but yeah, she was. I watched that show every week. I was like, I'm gonna be Joe when I grow up. That's just how it's gonna be. But yeah, I really enjoyed this series. I can't say that I've watched this show in a long time. Nancy McKeon is her name. And she was kind of the rebel of the group. and of course Mrs. Garrett. Yeah, I have big nostalgia for this show, but my sister was asking me if it was there, and I said yes, I'll pick that up for you. And then for me, the old TV series that I picked up was I picked up all 3 seasons of Sid and Marty Krofft's Land of the Lost. And this was there at Value Village, all 3 seasons, and I just decided. Now, they were only $5.99. Lately, my Value Village has been marking stuff up like to absurd prices. Like normally under regular circumstances, this would have been like $9.99. But for some reason, they put them at $5.99, and I decided to pull the trigger because I don't see these around ever. And I do have major nostalgia. Talking about being creeped out, though, when I was a kid, I was really scared of these Sleestack guys. I've watched 2 episodes so far. Very fun. Takes me right back to being like I guess I was about 5 or 6 years old. What year was this? I think it was like 75, 76. And it took me right back to just being a little kid, waking up early on a Saturday morning by myself, popping the TV on and watching some Land of the Lost. And kids today would watch this and probably think it's really cheesy and corny, but for me, this is my childhood here. I mean, Star Wars was a big part of my childhood, but pre-Star Wars, it was like Land of the Lost and Batman 66 and Starsky and Hutch, and which I may get to in a minute, but that same day I picked up, this was just a blind buy. I've never watched this. I don't know. I may have seen this on like The Wonderful World of Disney on TV back in the day, but I can't remember anything about this movie, so I decided to grab it. It was $2.99. Lately, the Value Village has been marking down the kids' movies a little cheaper than the non-children's films. I don't want to say adult films because that sounds weird, but yeah, I don't remember anything about this. I think it's like a sci-fi movie. It's got Eddie Albert, Ray Milland, Donald Pleasance, co-starring Kim Richards and Ike Eisman, directed by John Hugh, rated G, probably just going to be a cutesy Disney flick. This, I don't know if whoever offloaded their TV series must have been a member of the Disney Movie Club, because I believe this next one is a Movie Club edition. I picked up the movie The Watcher in the Woods, and this is allegedly a fairly rare movie to come across in the wild. Again, I found this for $2.99. This stars Betty Davis, Carol Baker, David McCallum, Lynn Holly Johnson, Kyle Richards, and Ian Bannon as Keller, and Richard Pascoe as Coley. Also directed by John Hugh. Okay. Yeah, I'd never seen this movie. It's one of those ones I've heard about for years and years and years, and I've just never seen it. So I decided to go ahead and pick it up. I watched it for the first time the other night. It was, it's like a Disney, I don't know, is this movie? Yeah, it's rated PG. So before the movie starts, the screen goes black and this white lettering came up and it said, Walt Disney Productions is very proud of the film The Watcher in the Woods. However, we do recommend that parents preview the film before showing it to young children. So I believe this was Disney's attempt at getting more like not non-general kind of movies PG. I don't know if they ever went PG-13, but it like a more grown-up version of Disney, maybe for like tweens or teenagers. And it's sort of a spooky, like supernatural story. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Betty Davis is insanely good in this movie. Again, the acting was really good. The story a little thin, but enjoyable if you're looking for. And some of you know, I guess as I'm getting older, I'm wanting to watch less horrific stuff and more like kind of PG-13 kind of spooky stuff, goosebumpsy, stuff like that. What was that other one? Stories to Tell in the Dark. stuff like that. Clock in the Walls. Sometimes I can get into that kind of vibe. So, and then I also picked up, speaking of my childhood, and this may be around the same time as Land of the Lost, I picked up the Puffin Stuff. It says right there, from the producers of Land of the Lost. Sid and Marty Krofft production, Puffin Stuff, full-length movie, first time on DVD. So I think some of these titles might be from the Disney Movie Club, which you had to like sign up, and then you could get like, some titles weren't released to the general public. They were only available through the Movie Club. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's how it worked. And so, yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this movie. I've seen the TV series. I grew up watching the TV series along with Sigmund, the sea creature one, which I also would love to find that on physical media. But yeah, I decided to pull the trigger on this. It was also $2.99, so I figured, what the heck. Maybe one night I'll watch a couple episodes of Land of the Lost, and then I'll pop on some Puffin Stuff. These are shows that used to actually kind of give me the creeps as a little kid, but I have this weird fascination with them. There's that little witchy person she's in like a bathtub filled with fruit. I don't remember that, but those tree creatures, and yeah. As a kid, like this was like in the early 70s. This was all that was on for kids shows. So you kind of, you had to enjoy it for what it was. And then the last thing I picked up to complete my physical media collection of seasons of this show, I picked up another childhood favorite, Starsky and Hutch. This is the complete 4th season. I had the first 3 seasons, but I did not want to watch them until I got the 4th and final season. And I found it, and I was really, really excited. So I'll probably soon start watching this series. There's, of course, Huggy Bear. There's Starsky and Hutch looking pretty cool. These were really nice sets. I think this was Sony Pictures, but they did some really nice packaging on these. All the discs. There's and then on the back you got pictures from the show. And carrying along with the it appears to be missing its episode guide, but this I guess it's supposed to open that way. Starsky and Hutch. And then on the discs, that graphic design on the discs is a carryover to the car that they drove, which I believe is a Gran Torino, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So when I was a little kid, although I probably shouldn't have been watching this show, but kids in the 70s, the TV was kind of a babysitter. And I ended up watching the show, and I liked the guys. I liked the car, especially. I was really into the car. I have a huge obsession with 70s muscle cars because I grew up in that era. And, we had like toy cars and Mustangs and all that stuff. And it's just, I don't know. It's just part of me, I guess. But, yeah, this also has... Kim Cattrall is in here. Jeffrey Tambor. This has... I don't know if it doesn't say if it has special features on it, but digitally remastered on DVD. So happy to add this to my collection. Yeah, Starsky and Hutch from the 70s. I'm going to take you over here to my... follow me. I'm going to go get my laptop. And I will tell you about films that are coming out on Blu-ray and DVD this coming week. Actually, I probably need to do it for a few weeks because I did my sort of best of movies of 2025 last week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I didn't get a lot of views, but that's okay. I'm not in it for the views. I'm in it to win it, baby. I'm in it to talk about movies. So I will get to the upcoming physical media releases. If you're new here, what I do every week is I talk about music I listen to, movies I watched, physical media pickups, and then at the end I tell you what movies are coming out on physical media in the upcoming week. I should say I also watched a couple movies on streaming this week. I did watch Heartbreak Kid with Ben Stiller. For some reason, I was just in the mood to watch a Ben Stiller movie. What else did I watch? I have Strangers Part 2 saved in my favorites because I want to see that. I haven't watched that yet. I'm trying to remember what else I watched. I know I watched a couple of other movies, but I can't remember now. I'm not prepared today, I guess. I had kind of a rough day yesterday. I went to visit my grandmother, who was about to turn 100, and she was having a bad day, and that was a bit of a, that was heavy to go. I mean, I'm glad I visit my grandmother, but she's not doing super well, and so it's just sometimes really challenging. So that's that. So yesterday was kind of a difficult day. Today is Sunday, February 8th, and I am just trying to chill out today. So if you're watching this video, this will be on Monday, the 9th. So thank you for hanging out with me for a little while. I buried my coffee behind the DVDs. So let's see what's coming out. I feel like I have to go back a week because I may have missed some of the stuff that came out 2 weeks ago. So January 20th, and then there must be one more week after that, right? Okay, so January 27th, that was almost a week ago. We had the Garbage Pail Kids came out on 4K for some reason. I don't know who would want to watch that movie in 4K. Terrifying. Once Upon a Thief came out on 4K. House Party came out on 4K from Criterion. Let's see what else. Birth with Nicole Kidman came out on 4K, also from Criterion. Some more catalog titles. Kiss of the Spider Woman came out on 4K. Troll 2 came out on 4K. There was a lot of stuff last week. A lot of it looks like catalog stuff, catalog titles or reissues. Not seeing a lot of really exciting things here. The Pink Panther, original Pink Panther movies with Peter Sellers, some of those got the 4K treatment. And then let's see, February. So we're coming up on, so it'll be the 10th. So February the 3rd, Criterion put out 3:10 to Yuma on 4K from 1957. Keeper, which is a movie I just showed you, that came out on Blu-ray and 4K and DVD. Friday the 13th Part 2 came out on 4K from 1981. The Friday the 13th remake from 2009 came out on 4K from Arrow Video for some reason. Okay, here we are, February 10th, 2 days from this recording. We have the film Seven from David Fincher coming out on 4K from 1995. That would actually probably look really nice on 4K. We have, let's see, The Mechanic from 1972 with Charles Bronson coming out on Blu-ray and 4K. Rockers is coming out on 4K from, it looks like MVD from 1978. Somewhere in Time with Christopher Reeve and Jane Seymour from 1980. That's getting the 4K treatment. Let's see what else we got here. I don't know a lot of these movies. Harrison Ford in Sabrina from 1995 coming out on Blu-ray, and just some other random things. And then on the 16th, which would be next Monday, if I forget to mention it again, A Beautiful Mind with Russell Crowe is coming out on 4K. see if next week, there's a few good things coming out next week. I just want to go one more time over February 10th, this coming week, just to make sure. John Cassavetes' A Woman Under the Influence is coming out on Blu-ray or 4K from Criterion. See if there's anything else here. American Yakuza is coming out on 4K from Arrow from the year 1993. Well, Blu-ray or 4K, it doesn't say. Christopher Lee in a film called End of the World from 1977. That's coming out to physical, and there's some anime and stuff like that. So that's basically it for physical media for this upcoming week. Let me know if you're excited about any of those upcoming releases. I am going to hopefully go to the good record store in the city tomorrow and see if I can trade in some stuff that I no longer want. And I may come back with some goodies. I also got a $50 prepaid Visa, which I could pick up a new movie with, I suppose, or maybe a few, depending on what they are. But yeah, so I'll be doing that this week. Next week, well, let's not jump to next week. Gosh, let's enjoy the time we have. What else do I have to say? I don't know. Support your local businesses if you live in Canada. Take care of your friends, your family, your loved ones, your community. I read the other day that being kind is punk rock. So let's all try to be a little bit more punk rock in 2026 and do nice things for people and don't brag about things you have, and just try to stay grounded a little bit and take care of people that you love, and shop at your friends' stores and businesses, and support people, and be nice. Like, I'm so tired of this rhetoric that's going on in the world right now. Of course, the man that runs the country below us, I might add, posted a really awful racist video yesterday or the day before, which I didn't see. I don't want to see it. I saw a still from it, but really, I mean, is this where we're at? No, we don't have to be there. And I think there's more and more people are speaking up and saying enough is enough. And the sad part is it's spilling over into Canada, and I feel the energy when I go out now. It's just like people are just looking for a fight, and it's just gross. It's just so awful. So be punk rock, be kind, help the little old lady or the little old man or the little old person across the street, pet a dog, tell them that they're good boys or girls. Buy stuff at your friend's store if they have one. Don't go to the big chain cafes. Go to a small cafe. You'll enjoy the experience way more. Volunteer for an animal hospital or a local theater, or infinite possibilities. I'm hoping to do some changes in my life this year. I have a bit more free time in my life, so I'd like to start doing some things in my community and just do a little bit of change up. But it doesn't have to be dramatic, you know what I mean? Hold the door open for somebody, buy a coffee for somebody who's struggling on the street. Yeah, all kinds of things you can do. Speaking of doing nice things and being a nice person, Barney Greenway and Napalm Death are coming to Halifax in May, along with heavy hitters Primitive Man and a few local bands, I believe, that are opening. But I do love me. Barney Greenway from Napalm Death is a really, really sweet person, and he is a defender of underrepresented people. And so I'm really excited to go see Napalm Death. Going to be killer. I saw them 16 years ago in a city called Moncton, and they were so loud and so heavy and so good. So I'm really excited about that. I'm going to see, my sister's taking me to see The Offspring with Bad Religion in a couple of weeks. So, going to tag along with her. she bought 2 tickets without having anybody in mind to go, and she asked me if I'd go, and I said yes. So we're gonna go check that out. Yeah, so things are cool. Things are cool. How are things with you? How are things in your world? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know about any cool movies you've seen, or cool music you listen to, or nice things you've done for people on the street or in your community. Take good care of yourself also, okay? Um, and that's it for me for today. Thank you so much. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for listening and for joining me today on this Hangout video. I appreciate your support. And that's it for this week. Until next time, you know the drill. I'll see you at the video store or at the thrift store or just out and about somewhere. But until next time, take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.